Honestly, before I get into this video, I have something really important to do. Now the government can't get me. AI is taking over the internet. A couple years ago, I posted this video right here. It honestly didn't do too well, but I got this comment.
I feel this game is giving me the feeling of being a bad person or being a good person, smiley. And you, why you so funny, Funnerfist.
Have you ever heard of the dead internet theory? It's something that's been thrown around for a couple of years now, but I genuinely believe it. When you're a smaller YouTuber, there is a 99% chance you're going to get comments like this. Now, you might think, wow, that's a real nice comment, but from the bottom of my heart, I don't think this is a real person. Look at their account.
The real photo. Wait, are these hands real? I don't know what I don't know what's happening right now.
For the two of you that don't know what the dead internet theory is, let me read what the first thing says on Google for you. The dead internet theory is a conspiracy theory suggesting that the internet is no longer driven by genuine human interaction. Instead, it's largely populated by automated bots. People believe that AI-generated content and bot activity manipulate algorithms, boost search results, and control public perception. Some even suggest that government agencies are involved. I don't know if the government is actually behind this. I personally believe that it's just companies making AI bots to interact with as much content as possible to fuel things like ChatGPT and Midjourney. The weird thing about me is I've actually always been pretty enthusiastic about AI in the past. I never really saw it as a threat to human originality. For example, if you use ChatGPT to write something, it has a way with words that's best described as corny. Like, it tries to be funny, but no joke ever lands because it cannot understand humor.
It's facing that way! Fredo is about to rock! Fire!
My personal belief is that if you're using ChatGPT not as a replacement, but as a tool, like a calculator, it's not that bad. And if you're using it in that innocent context, go nuts. But that's not how people are using it. It is very obvious that AI is slowly taking over the internet. It's not uncommon to find accounts on Twitter and Instagram that are just interacting with each other with fake posts and fake comments. This used to mean that someone was subbotting or buying views, but now it's gotten to a point if you get a genuine nice comment, you can't tell if that's a real person anymore. But that's not why I'm making this video. This isn't a funny video about the dead internet theory. This is a video about
highlight the physical principles underpinning these technologies, specifically the equipment designed to restrain catastrophic events.
Dr. Egon Cholakian is a highly experienced particle physicist who has supposedly worked with multiple presidents.
In my career, I have served as a legislative tax analyst attached to the President's Commission on International Trade and Investment Policy, the White House, under Presidents Nixon and President Ford. Thereafter, I worked with the Reagan Kitchen Cabinet and Reagan White House, where I was intimately involved with President Reagan's Strategic Defense Initiative project. In total, I have worked with 4 U.S. presidents.
On paper, he's an incredibly impressive individual. He volunteered and attended over 100 different schools, including Harvard. His current focus now is to warn people that climate change will drastically affect national security. From the outside, Egon seems like a respectable man who just wants to help the world. But what if I told you this man may not be real? Egon's YouTube channel is called Earth Saves Science Collaborative, and if you watch any of these videos, you'll start noticing inconsistencies. His hands barely move throughout his 1-hour lecture. There are random voice glitches, and he has weird mouth movements throughout the whole video.
Same trend is manifested both in the graphs constructed by the meteorological services as well as in the graphs generated by independent researchers using open data.
Something just seems off. All of the comments are overly positive, mostly unrelated. Even after streamers like Destiny pointed out how bizarre this whole channel is, the comment section stayed the same. This entire channel was not made by a human. But why? Why create a fake person with fake credentials? Why build a massive LinkedIn profile page about him? Why are there AI-generated songs on SoundCloud praising this guy?
Egon, cholakian, he knows where truth lies. He sees the world teetering on the edge of demise.
What does this accomplish? To make Aegon look more reputable, there are dozens of images on his website and LinkedIn of him standing next to well-respected scientists, astronauts, government officials, and even holy figures. Something is clearly off with these pictures. Blurry hands, obvious Photoshop, background books with absolutely no text. Aegon never met any of these people. There's a mix of AI and Photoshop being used to create something that looks real. And for some reason, he's slapping a weird filter over everything to hide the imperfections. I think he's trying to give it a vintage vibe to make it seem like he met these people a long time ago, so he can be seen as someone that's been in this industry for years and years.
That we're now starting to experience as a result in our changing climate.
Happy to do so, but let me correct your English, my friend. It is not a link and is one and the same. There is no division.
So, wait, he is a real person? Why? I'm sorry, I'm just so confused. Why would anyone do this? If Dr. Egon Cholakian is a real person, why are there fake videos, fake comments, fake images of someone who exists? Egon isn't young. He definitely didn't make these himself. He didn't make these songs on SoundCloud, and he sure as hell didn't program bots under his videos. His YouTube channel is full of AI-generated speeches. There's a team or something to help him fake credibility. If he's not writing these himself, what's the point of this entire channel? I'm just stumped. Why does this channel exist?
Our planet is on the verge of self-destruction, and humanity only has a few years remaining to avert this impending catastrophe. Right now, our planet is entering a cycle of climatic disasters that affects all the planets of our solar system. This entire solar system undergoes this cycle every 12,000 years, and every 24,000 years, the cycle has its highest intensity.
Dr. Egon Cholakian claims to have incredible achievements. He stacked his resume so high, it's comical. He owns a YouTube channel that is clearly aided by AI. He's got a website filled with photoshopped and AI-generated images, and he's using this all to warn people of climate change? It doesn't make sense. Why go through this much effort to spread out that one message? Unless that's not actually his intention. At the beginning of every single Egon Cholakian video, there's a wall of text listing all of his affiliations, and it always ends with allatra. What is allatra? Looking it up takes you to their official website. According to them, allatra is an international organization focused on studying natural disasters and geodynamic changes across the planet. They say their goal is to create an open discussion and develop solutions for the global climate crisis. They claim to be founded in the 90s, but other sources say they were founded in 2014. They're based in Ukraine and apparently have strong connections to US government officials, world scientists, and even the Pope. It seems noble. A bunch of people trying to save the planet through science and public awareness, right? But that's not what they are. Since 2015, allatra has been accused of being a doomsday cult. Most of the real information out there about them is completely in Russian, or it's controlled directly by the group, which makes research a nightmare.
СБУ розпочало серію обшуків у організації allatra.
A lot of links lead back to their own publications or to articles with zero verification. So to be totally honest with you, I couldn't verify everything I read. I don't trust my own research about this. So I'm probably going to get a lot of this wrong. But here's what I can say confidently. allatra and its offshoot Creative Society have all the red flags of a modern doomsday scam. Creative Society is just allatra with a fresh coat of paint. It's the exact same group but with a different name. There are multiple videos of them staging bizarre rituals to prove that the human soul exists. They deny making any profit, but former members do say they were pressured into donating, and they lure people in with big promises like monthly universal basic income, free healthcare and education, cancellation of all debts, and having absolutely zero taxes. It's the classic utopia if you just believe hard enough scam. But here's where Aegon fits in. To make themselves seem more legitimate, allatra likes to flood the internet with trusted-looking figures. Sometimes it's a public figure they claim to be associated with, like the Pope, or sometimes it's ones they create. Enter Egon Cholakian. Everything about him, the credentials, the interviews, the AI-generated speeches, the fake images of him next to world leaders, it's all part of an illusion. His job is to look trustworthy, and when people believe him, they're more likely to trust what he's endorsing, which just so happens to link back to allatra and creative society. They use Aegon as kind of a spokesperson made in a lab, and the weird thing is, he is a real person, but the story built around him is not. Most of his credentials listed on LinkedIn are incomplete with zero proof of him actually doing these things. Which brings me to my final point. Allatra is not a science initiative or a cult. It's a scam that uses buzzwords, fear, and fake hopes to pull people in. When you really think about it, what has allatra done to fight climate change? They sell books that are full of buzzwords to scare you. They upload 8-hour documentaries that repeat the world is ending soon and also Russia is bad. And they claim to be broke but somehow host international events and push out hours and hours of content on different channels. Dr. Egon Cholakian is not a government official. He did not go to Harvard, he is not a physicist, and he's not gonna save the world. I can see Egon Cholakian for what he really is. He isn't some AI-generated bot and conspiracy that is trying to make you join a cult. His job is to try to make you join allatra, just so you could give them your money. There are real cults out there, but allatra is not that. I started making this video excited to discuss a super secret cult or some government conspiracy, and kind of left disappointed. In a technical sense, yes, allatra is a cult, but at most it's an MLM. There are actual dangerous cults out there, and allatra just isn't that. I hope I don't get a lot of shit for saying that, but it's genuinely how I feel the more I looked into this. I've seen so many videos that are overly long about allatra and this secret cult, but they're not really dangerous. When the Russian government or Ukrainian government raided their place, they did have weapons in there, which was a little weird, but I don't think they ever used them. I could be completely wrong and allatra is extremely dangerous and they're gonna come for me after making this video, but I don't think they're a dangerous cult. I completely believe that they're scamming people with all these fake promises, because to put in perspective, if you're down on your luck and you see that a company called allatra is promising you free healthcare, free rent, and no taxes, you would take that shit in a heartbeat, wouldn't you? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I spent a long time making it, so in conclusion, Egon Cholakian sends his regards.
Jesus answered, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. $6 shrimp special!